Let's now have a look how we map a relationship set of type 1 to n without attributes in this case, to the relational database model. So in this case, again, we have the doctor, and the doctor now relates to a certain department. Doctor with doctor number with doctor family name, and the department with the department number and department name. And as we saw in the tables before, a doctor, some doctor from the set of the doctors is assigned to one department. And if you look into a department, some arbitrary department from the set of departments, then you could have many doctors within the department. That should be the mapping to our tables as well. And if we do not have attributes here in the relationship set, then we just map to two different tables first, to the doctor table and the department table. We add the attributes doctor number, doctor family name first, and department number and department name first. And then we have first created the pure mapping of the entity sets onto the tables. And now we need this connection as well. And this connection is mapped with the foreign key relation. The foreign key relation where we take the department number, this column here from the department, and take it as an additional column in our doctor table. So department number in this case is a foreign key in our doctor table, and the foreign key refers to the primary key in the department table. So it's connecting different tuples from different tables. And as you can see here, you have one side where you have the n and the other side where you have the 1. And the rule is just that you take the foreign key into the n side of your tables. So the n side should contain the foreign key, the primary key from the other table, as an additional attribute, as an additional column. In the side where the 1 is present, here in the department side, there is no additional column. The columns stay just the same, like without the 1 to n connection. The second case for a mapping of the relationship set of cardinality 1 to n appears if we have attributes describing the relationship set in more detail. And that's similar like the room relationship, but here in this case we have this n to 1 or 1 to n as the basis for our cardinalities. Let's have a look. We have the doctors with doctor number, doctor family name, and we have the departments and with the department number and department name. And in between we have the relationship set that the doctor is part of or is member of a certain department. A doctor out of the set of doctors might be member in one department. So a doctor is never assigned to many departments, only to one department. And a department from the set of departments has many doctors assigned to it. So 1 to n in this case. And if the doctor then somehow might change the department, might be possible that he specializes in a different direction, then he might be part or member of another department. And then we want to record that also in our database. So the doctor is a member of a certain department from the start date to a certain end date, and then after that the doctor is the member in another department with a different start date and with a different end date, or the end date is not fixed yet. The doctor still works in the other department, and we just fill in the start date. And if we have this case, then we somehow have to deal with these attributes connected to the relationship set here, and we somehow have to map this relationship set with attributes onto our relational database model. And we do that mapping first the entity sets to different tables. So the doctor table stands for the entity set doctor with the attributes, with the columns, and the department table is there for the department entity set with the appropriate columns. And as you can see here, there are no foreign keys in these tables, just the attributes which are present in the entity sets. For the connection now of the doctor to the department, for the concrete connection of tuples, we create a third table. Here we name it doc department. You could name it also is part of or some other expressive name. And in this table, we record the doctor number, which is a unique number for each doctor. Here, first a foreign key, and we use that also as a part of a primary key. And the department number, which is first a foreign key, because here it's a primary key. And then we take this foreign key as a part of a new primary key. A new primary key, which is a compound key here. And then we also have the start date and the end date, maybe, which are the attributes of the relationship set. And therewith, we map this relationship set, which has attributes, onto our table, onto our relational database model with this central table for the connection and for the housing of the attributes start date and end date. Again, we can have a textual notation. We just write a department table with department number, department name, and so on. We write down our doctor table, doctor number, the doctor family name, and other attributes maybe. And we connect in the doc department table, doctor number, department number, and additional attributes like here the start date and the end date. So mapping of a one-to-n relationship set with attributes is different from a one-to-n relationship set without attributes.